A shot at the title and goes into training for the Olympics in the all-new Peanut Special. You're the greatest, Charlie Brown!
You're the greatest, Charlie Brown. So I guess that's what I'm going to be reviewing, since this is the second episode or short, whatever you want to call it, that was on the DVD. And like I said in the first video, this goes hand in hand with the other episode, even though this one actually came out in 1979. And there are some different voices as well. So I will get right into that right after this.
I smell an astronaut. Here he comes. I wonder what's over the hill. Set the trap. What's that? We'll get him now. What is this place? Spring the trap. Into the jail with him. I must plan an escape. He'll never escape. Planet of the Apes Forbidden Zone Trap. Figure sold separately by Miko.
So if you've noticed, I am doing a bit of a fashion statement here. I guess this is my cape. I'm sorry, this is as far as I go. I do not have tights or lasers, just a cape. So, no, I can't fly. Not that I'd want to. It's cold up there. So, this is the wonderful Planet of the Apes commercial that I found at the last minute because I couldn't find my other commercials were not saved for some reason. So this was a last minute scramble, and I have no interest in Planet of the Apes whatsoever. I thought the movie was horrible, but this playset is worth a lot of money. So if you do happen to have one, I recommend selling it. I wish I had one so I could. I would have no interest in keeping it. But this, I guess they made Planet of the Apes toys. Who knew? I had no idea. But I did know the company name thanks to that wonderful toy hunter guy that I used to watch on whatever streaming service I watched him on. The guy with the girlish voice. Oh, Amazon Prime, where you pay a prime price. And now the movie I watched yesterday, you now have to pay for it. How ridiculous is that? I start watching it yesterday. Today I had to pay for it. Did I buy it? No. So now moving on, since my Amazon Prime gripe is over. So I guess I did a Prime Mate and a Prime gripe. So now getting back to the wonderful You Are the Greatest Charlie Brown. I don't know why they called it this. I did watch it today, and I will let you know at the end of the video if it was very entertaining. This is the first time that I watched this. So pretty much we do, like I said, we have some new people that are voices. So I do apologize. I have to go to the cheating tablet. So Aaron Skelly is the voice of Charlie Brown. Patricia Patz is the voice of Peppermint Patty. I guess that one's easy enough. Casey Carlson is the voice of Marcy. Michelle Mueller is the voice of Lucy. Daniel Anderson is the voice of Linus. And Tim Hall is Fred Fabulous. We didn't see him. But Bill Melendez is, of course, still the director. And he is still the voice of the very interesting Snoopy. So at least he is back. The other people, why they didn't voice this one, I really don't know. And they did go on to voice some other Charlie Brown episodes as well. I'm just not going to look it up because I would have to press the back button and I would lose the IMDb and I'd have to keep signing back in each time. That's wonderful modern technology at its best. So now moving on. So there is a decathlon going on, and they're pretty much making fun. They're saying who would be stupid enough to do this. Charlie Brown walks right into it. He just walks right into his group of friends. He says, I'm not going on vacation now. I would love to hear why his barber father decided to pull the vacation. It was probably something stupid. It was probably to the local odds and ends market or something like that. I would hate to go on vacation with Charlie Brown. He would struggle just to tie his shoes or put on that ridiculous looking shirt or polish his head. So he walks right into it. He wants to know if there's anything open for the events. And then they tell him to join the Lucy, of course, talks him into it to join the decathlon, which is several events. And I don't think Charlie Brown would be good at any of them, 10 to be exact. The wonderful magical number. So, and I doubt Charlie Brown would be good at just one. So, of course, Snoopy likes to help with his training. So he goes through all the training. He ends up doing it. And let's see how he does. That is pretty much the story in a nutshell. So I will show the first clip in just a second.
You have to compete in 10 different things. That's too much work.
Boy, who'd be that dumb to want to enter the decathlon?
Hi, everybody. Hey, I'm not going on vacation after all, so now I can enter the track meet. Are there any events left open? Sure, Charlie Brown, but I really don't think that you would...
Hold it, Linus. You're in luck, Charlie Brown. There is one event left. It's just right for you. You don't have to be good at anything in particular.
Which event is that?
The decathlon, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown, you might be the next Bruce Jenner.
That's good.
Me?
So here's wonderful Charlie Brown just walking into a situation. So I do love how Lucy says he can be the next Bruce Jenner. Don't worry, Charlie Brown. You can definitely be the next Caitlyn Jenner. That is definitely in Charlie Brown's future for sure. There's no question there. So, oh my God, come on. I'm being kicked out. It's cold out there. So, I guess I can't make fun of Charlie Brown either. You know Snoopy's thinking it. So, Peppermint Patty now will be part of Charlie Brown's wonderful training program. So we will see that in the next clip in just a second.
That was only one lap, Chuck. Come on, Chuck. Get out there and run. You have to build up to run at least 5 miles every day.
Boy, that's too much. Maybe I'm not suited for this event.
Only 25 more to go. What's so great about lifting 2 angel food cakes?
So here's Charlie Brown's wonderful training, and he got maybe 2 laps in at the most. So obviously he's not looking. He obviously has a long way to go, which shouldn't really surprise anybody. So Marcy is at least giving him encouragement. At least she isn't being like Lucy. But now for Marcy, I have a little fortune for her. Trust him, but keep your eyes open. That was actually a very weak fortune, but I guess they are really pulling the plug on those fortunes in the fortune cookies.
Oh, you mean the ones we did not get yesterday?
We don't get them anymore, so I have to have a friend actually take a picture and send them, or send them in text form. So that is the fortune of the day, and I'm giving it to Marcy to watch out for Charlie Brown. I believe he will at least try his best. So now they do show him weightlifting as well, since he's going to be doing the shot put and the discus and the javelin as well. And he obviously isn't doing so good with the weightlifting, but Snoopy has no problem whatsoever. And I think Lucy made a comment of how they're not using real weights, they're using fruitcakes. So I guess they are using parts of Caitlyn Jenner's body. So now Snoopy, let's see how exhausted he is from all this training. Charlie Brown is obviously really sleepy here, and he's exhausted. So let's see who has the better endurance. I will show that clip in just a second.
Pretty tired. I appreciate you working out with me, Snoopy. You must be exhausted too.
Well, Snoopy obviously isn't tired. He just pretty much dances right out of the bedroom. So Snoopy is perfectly fine. So let's see how Charlie Brown does with the 100-yard dash. So let's see how he does in just a second. I'm sure he will do just fine. He will blow us out of the water because this is the great athlete of Charlie Brown.
Boy, we got a lot of work to do here. I've been watching you, Charles. Your form was good until you fell flat. The important thing here, Chuck, is not to go outside the circle. Now you try it. Great form, Charles. I'm sure you'll put it out of the park. Watch it, Chuck. You're gonna kill somebody.
Well, here's wonderful Charles the Great here. So he's got the little shot put ball, which, by the way, they are heavy. I am not going to lie. So I do love how Peppermint Patty is encouraging him. She's trying to push him. Unfortunately, Woodstock was almost killed in this incident, and Snoopy just would have picked him up. Nah, he wouldn't have cried. He would have just used him in stew later on that night. He would have called it his Woodstock Supreme, and then of course Campbell's would take the rest and then use it in their creamy chicken soup. So Woodstock does avoid the tragedy though, so that's all set. And then and of course then Charlie Brown says that maybe he shouldn't join the decathlon. I must agree. Maybe he should join the decatheter instead. That might be more fitting for him. But Peppermint Patty is going to try anyways. So now they're going to show what the next event is. This will be good. So let's see what the little Baldy is going to be up to now. And let's see if good old Snoopy there, I'm just looking at his confidence there. He just has his hands behind his back and he's got his gut out and he says, I am better than this clown. So I will show the next clip of the next event in just a minute.
Oh, boy! Look at Snoopy! He could have cleared 8 feet! Oh, boy!
What's the second?
That really flew! You almost killed us and 4 other spectators!
So somebody's already picking this cartoon apart. So I will have to go back and find out what the rules are. But apparently Marcy is Charlie Brown's backup, as you can see from that last clip. But Snoopy did that jump with no problem at all. So, yes, this has been pretty entertaining so far for me. Snoopy's always a laugh. How can you not find him funny? So why don't you tell us how you really feel about Snoopy on camera?
He used to be my favorite. That's before I started watching this stupid show.
Stupid.
Yeah, I don't like Snoopy no more.
Oh, for goodness sake. So,
Maybe not like him.
he's not that bad. So, anyways, so Snoopy does this with no problem. So, now because of, Charlie Brown's other struggles, of course, we see him with that wonderful discus, and Peppermint Patty yells at him. I guess he broke a window. It's all right. Back in those days, they were made out of Legos. Not a big deal. They broke all the time. Yes.
That's so illegal.
Okay. Okay, fine. I guess they could still be made with Legos. Now, I guess even the frames are made with them as well. At least back then, the frames were wood, or metal, whatever people wanted. So, so now we get to meet Charlie Brown's wonderful competitors. I don't think they'll be intimidated by Charlie Brown at all. I don't know what would be intimidating by him, that Silver Surfer sweatsuit or his bald, stupid head. So, or his lack of confidence all over his face. So, one little mystery person who just sort of sneaks into the competition. Wait till you get to see what his school is and his name is. Like I said, these kind of do tie in together. So I will show that clip in just a second.
He won this event last year. Freddy, this is Chip Brown. Glad to meet you. You'll be sorry soon that you met me, kid. And Chuck, I know this will please you. As you know, Marcy is from our school. I put her in the contest as a backup. She'll help us put pressure on the others. Glad to have you aboard, Marcy.
Hello, Charles. I want to wish you good luck. I've admired how hard you've been training.
Strange. What's so strange? Well, I've heard of other schools like Fremont, but I've never heard of this school. What is it? It's called the Ace Obedience School. I never heard of it either. What's the person's name? The Masked Marvel. Masked Marvel?
So here's the people that he is obviously going up against. So obviously he knows Marcy. Of course he knows this Freddy Fabulous. I think he's probably fits Generation Boring really, really well. So, and then of course we meet the Masked Marvel. We all know who it is. And he went to Ace Obedience School. So that makes the story even funnier. So now let's see how Charlie Brown. Yes, I guess I have to go to obedience school. So now let's see how Charlie Brown does in his first race. Hopefully he will not fall. So I will show that clip in just a second.
You did great, Chuck. But I came in last. It doesn't matter. You're running against tables, the charts for the decathlon. You get so many points depending on what time you run. I do? Sure. And Freddy Fabulous from Fremont ran such a fast race that you all got good points.
Well, at least Charlie Brown did not slip on the track there. He at least improved. He didn't fall. And, to compliment my wonderful fake sports guys from up north, this is why you do train for any type of sporting event. I understand that Charlie Brown came in last, but at least he trained for it and at least improved. That's what practice does. That's what conditioning does. This shouldn't have to be explained. But if you knew these people, you would understand why. So, not bad for good old Charles here. He, like I said, he did improve. He was still gassed after it. And let's see how he does in the next event. Hopefully, he out jumps this fabulous Freddy, who calls him a pumpkin head, and does make Charlie Brown blush. But that's okay because Marcy, I believe, has a crush on good old Chucky here. So she tends to comfort him. So I will show that clip in just a second.
No, I just think it's stupid.
Okay, you pigeon.
So here's a little jumping scene here. So the wonderful Freddy gets another shot in there, gets to call Charlie Brown Pumpkinhead, but it's okay because he did pretty good in the whole jumping thing. So his scores really weren't that bad. But Freddy is going to keep bullying Charlie Brown. Plus, he also probably has Snoopy snirking at him around the behind the scenes. So now I will show the wonderful shot put, and let's just say Snoopy might need some first aid. Hopefully, he will have a Play Dog magazine handy for this because he might have to go back to the hospital. So yes, if anybody who is on Reddit or Discord that saw the Play Dog magazine, you may not like that because you probably have nightmares about Ric Flair. So I will show the next clip in just a second.
That's what happens when you try to show off.
Well, so this is Snoopy trying to show off here. So obviously he has a very hurt foot, but he does manage to continue the little shot put here. And I don't think he did it that bad. But I think he may have learned a lesson from the last video, getting too overconfident and having a picnic during a race. Funny, but I wish they would sort of do the same thing here. So now Charlie Brown doesn't do bad in this event. He's starting to catch up a little bit. Of course, Freddy keeps calling him a pumpkinhead. That's actually not a terrible joke since Charlie Brown did wear a pumpkin on his head in the last video. So now they are going to do the high jump, and Snoopy is starting to do his little strategy. Let's see what the little Zorro is going to do.
Oh no! Too bad.
This is the Mask Marvel showing off. And then, of course, we have the um, Fabulous Fool, who probably got a little bit too cocky and ended up choking. Yes, this can happen. It didn't show Charlie Brown do his little high jump, but I guess he did come in second. Marcy came in first. So now we move ahead a little bit, and now they're doing one of those wonderful hurdle races. I guess that's what they're called. So I will show that clip in just a second. Well, so now if the object is to knock over every single hurdle and have your tongue out like a dog, Charlie would have won. But he came in dead last, and Peppermint Patty gave him the business. So I don't know if you noticed the music at the beginning of this, but it was the Olympic song at the beginning. And no, we did not have any real famous composer. We had Ed Bogus and Judy Munson. Unfortunately, there was no Mozart, Humperdinck, or Bach, or Beethoven for that matter. So, yeah, so we just got some normal people doing it, but it still sounded cool anyway. So now with the next event, it will be the discus throw, and let's just say Snoopy does it again. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Break through, Marcy.
You did it, Chuck. You won an event.
Well, so here's the nice little discus here. So Freddy the Fool obviously didn't do that well. He ended up falling flat on his face. So everybody laughed at him. So now he kind of knows how Charlie Brown feels. And then of course Snoopy did it, only to pop it up in the air. And then from what I just got this joke, it followed him around like Sonic the Hedgehog. So, so good old Snoopy. Well, yeah, my wonderful fiance came up with that joke. So I had to throw it into the video because it just sounded cool. So good old Snoopy came up with Sonic. I'm not going to give Sega the credit. So now I will show. So now I will show the next event here. This is the pole vault. So Snoopy makes this entertaining once again. Only Snoopy isn't going to be happy at the end of this, and he might need a bath. So we better have a stack of magazines about a pile high. As knowing him, he would go into some fancy jacuzzi. He would just end up there. So I will show that next clip in just a second.
I still don't get how he managed this.
Well, so here's the wonderful pole vault. I forgot the name of it for a second. I'm not exactly a track and field expert. So everybody did this event pretty good. Snoopy tended to have a collar or a wardrobe malfunction. No, this was not a Janet Jackson Super Bowl. This was actually almost a complete tragedy. So he got the little stick stuck in his collar, and he ended up getting catapulted into a sandbox. And just the look on his face when he was buried in the dirt was actually quite amusing. Snoopy looked really, really mad. So now I did skip ahead a little bit, and now I am about to show the final clip, and this is the final race. And Freddy is now getting into it with the Mask Marvel. I'll tell you this, Snoopy wants no part of this whatsoever. So I think Snoopy is going to show Freddy what it is like to get fixed. So I will show you that clip in just a second.
Run you all into the ground.
Well, this is the beginning of this. Obviously, Freddy and Snoopy getting into it, which was kind of amusing. And then we had Charlie Brown, who looked like he was going to win the race. My guest wants to get down. And yeah, you're going to end up like Snoopy in a minute. I don't know how many injuries you can deal with. So, so we'll have to get him his own little VIP room at the local hospital of some kind. So this was the final clip, and Charlie Brown, of course, looked like he was going to win. He went the wrong way. He went straight ahead, right off the path, and probably took a jog in the park instead of going around the track because he decided to daydream. So that is a typical Charlie Brown move. And yes, I do know somebody that played baseball and also went the wrong way. So this part was extra funny to me. So, and yes, that is a true story. Somebody hit the ball and ran in the wrong direction. He ran towards third instead of first base, or maybe he even went to the pitcher's mound. I'm not sure which one, but either way, it's a very funny story. So, now to give this a grade, this was not as good as the Christmas one, obviously, the Thanksgiving one. This wasn't as good as You're a Good Sport, Charlie Brown. So if I'd have to grade this, I actually would give this a B minus. It had some amusing parts, but it wasn't as good as some of the others that I have seen. But this is better than a lot of the cartoons today. It does definitely beat the wonderful newer Ninja Turtles for that matter. So if you want to see this compared to that, I would choose this all day long. The comics are even better as well. So this is something that I will still recommend. It's still a good watch. It's also a very short watch. This is actually 24 minutes long. So it's like I said, it's pretty much over in the blink of an eye. So if you do remember this, please comment below, subscribe if you want, and thank you very much for watching.